controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4 and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn and prepares to castle. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5 and eyes the d4. 3 Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. a6 forces the bishop to decide exchange or retreat. Bishop a4 safely retreats the bishop, while keeping pressure on the knight. Knight f6 attacks the undefended e4 pawn. Castling gets the king out of the center and prepares to develop the rook to e1. Bishop c5 develops the bishop to an active square where it controls the center and attacks the f2 pawn. c3 prepares the d4 pawn push and opens up the c2 square. Their pawn attacks your bishop, kicking it out of its current position. This moves your bishop to a safer square. Their move follows established opening theory, played by top players for years. You are threatening to tactically win a bishop. They kick your knight with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. Your better option was to kick a knight. You permitted the opponent to develop a piece while also winning a tempo on a queen. Their better move was to develop a piece while also winning a tempo on a queen. Nice, definitely the right move. This move puts their bishop on a safer square. It is better to avoid moving the same piece in the opening. Their move stopped you from being able to win material by revealing a check and attacking a piece at the same time. You are threatening to tactically win a queen. Precise move from your opponent. You won a pawn for free. You are now able to win material through an eventual discovered attack. Now you can lure your opponent into losing material through a discovered attack. They are right on target. A discovered attack is always powerful. This time you will win material with it. Recaptures. You sacrificed your bishop, a stunning move. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. You are forcing your opponent to isolate a pawn. A clear recapture. That was the only move. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. They are threatening to eventually win a pawn. You are threatening to win a logical capture. This is a fair trade, a logical capture. They are threatening to eventually win a bishop. You allowed the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a rook. Their better move was to win a tempo by threatening a rook. You are threatening to tactically win a bishop. They found a way to win material. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. They move their king out of the check from your rook. The only move and you found it. A straightforward recapture. This is the only move that works and you found it. They found a way to win your pawn. Yes, this is the way. Capturing your hanging bishop. This blocks an attack on your pawn. Capturing your hanging pawn. You still have an advantage but no longer have a winning position. Pushing their passed pawn. This move makes your piece much more effective. Their best option was to kick a knight. You have to use your king in the endgame. They capture your knight and will win material after all trades are completed. Not the best move, but not bad either. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. There was only one good move and you found it. A clear recapture. Smart play. Capturing the passed pawn takes the pressure off. Their best option was to push a passed pawn. This is a fine move. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more. Very good choice. They move their king out of the check from your rook. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. Pushing their passed pawn. Placing your rook behind your opponent's passed pawn makes it harder to promote. They made one of the top moves in this position. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. Your opponent has to watch that passed pawn. Pushing their passed pawn. Passed pawns must be pushed. They played one of the best. Your passed pawn is one. I like their choice. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. Your opponent's move wins your rook. You didn't let that passed pawn become a problem, nice job. Capturing your hanging rook, your opponent has to watch that passed pawn. They made one of the top moves in this position. You found a safer square for your pawn. They played one of the best moves here. You were threatening to force eventual checkmate. They took your pawn for free. You promote your pawn to a queen. They move the rook to safety. Passed pawns must be pushed. I like their choice. You were threatening to force eventual checkmate. They prevented you from being able to force eventual checkmate. You captured that free rook. They played the strongest move available. Well done, an excellent move. This move doesn't help their position at all. Mate attack. You're still on the road to checkmate. Precise move from your opponent. You continue the checkmate attack. They made one of the top moves in this position. Your move gets... They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. They played the strongest move available, getting closer to the forced checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. Precise move from your opponent. Always feels nice to win.